And over the weekend, and we were talking about how it's. Let me give you an example. Last Friday, me and the wife went out, and we saw a couple of guys. They happened to be black. Every other word out of their mouth was a curse word. Nigga this, nigga that, and they were just acting ignorant. Just loud and obnoxious. And then later on in the weekend, I think it was the next day, or maybe even that night, we saw a young man driving, leaning back, hat kind of cocked to the side. He thought he was cool and everything like that. And, he happened to be a white guy. And then, you walk around and you see black, white, Latino, Asian, regardless of what they are, you see them walking around with their pants sagging down, looking sloppy, and they think that's the new cool. And so, listening to all of this gangster music, and half of them don't even know what that lifestyle is about. And so, instead of it being a black issue, a white issue, a Latino issue, it's a people issue. And I believe it starts at home. We as parents, we need to step up and be nosy, number one. I know when I was growing up, there was certain stuff that we could not listen to in the house. Outside of the house was fine because you do whatever you wanted to do, pretty much. But when you were inside the confines of 1179 East Yale Avenue, there was no loud ghetto cursing. There was none of that music. And see, we need to get back to that. My parents made sure they censored what we listened to a certain extent. We didn't have any privacy. You know, we couldn't put a lock on our door. If our parents wanted to come in at any time, they could come in. They knock on the door and say, okay, make sure you're decent, and they come in. Not locking the doors and stuff like that. And nowadays, you have kids as young as 9, 10, 11 years old listening to all of this profanity that's being put out in the music that they listen to. And then they grow up at a young age using that language. And that's not something that needs to come out of our youth. And so we as parents need to take responsibility. We need to step up and start teaching our kids, teaching them about respect. Number one, respect for yourself. Because when you have respect for yourself, nobody else can take it from you. Because the way that I see it, when I see these young men and young women walking around with their pants sagging down, looking like they're homeless, to me, it's like, okay, where's your self respect? Where is the point of you that says, okay, I want to put the best me forward as I possibly can? Where is it? It's not there. You have kids that are not being, they don't have parents that are actually paying attention to what they're doing. You know, you sit up here and you look at what went on at Columbine. How could those boys build a bomb in their parents' garage? Why? The parents were not paying attention. When it comes to the Facebook and all of that, pay attention to what your kids are doing. A friend of mine, dear friend of mine that I've known for over 20 years, about 3 or 4 years ago, her son wanted to listen to 50 Cent. I told her, I said, listen to what 50 Cent is talking about before you just go out and buy this CD for your 11 or 12-year-old son. Listen to what he's saying. And she listened to it and she was like, oh no. I see, that's what it should be. We as parents, we are the guardians of our children. We are the teachers. We are the ones that give them the tools to go into this world. And giving them morals or trying to teach them morals to some extent is what our job is. So, to get back to my original point, we have to stop looking at it as a black issue, a white issue, Latino issue, whatever. If you want to focus on a certain group of people, that's fine. But when you focus on that one group, don't leave another group out. Okay? I believe it's a people issue. But first and foremost, it is for my society. I want to see young black men and young black women grow up to be successful. Okay? That's my first thought. But before all of that, it's a people thing. So we as parents or adults, we need to step back or step up and take on the responsibility of of just take responsibility of what we are teaching this young society. It's scary. It's really scary when you sit there and you look around, you hear kids under the age of 15 that curse more than an older person. It's not good. This is Skyn's Corner. Walk in victory.